Good morning, I'm Craig Hall and welcome back to the Southern Side Bowl Cooks. Today we're going to be making some homemade biscuits. Now these are not grandmama's homemade biscuits, but they're some biscuits I found from videos on the internet, on YouTube. First thing you got to have is 1 stick of butter, and this stick of butter is frozen. And we're going to grate it right here, just like this, onto some parchment paper. So once I've grated the whole stick of butter, I'll be back. So I'll see you in a minute. Now we've got the stick of butter being grated up. It's still cold. The next thing we have right here is 2½ cups of white lily flour. Now all the recipes I saw said to use white lily because it's some kind of a lighter flour. Right here I got this flour sifter that I got from my sister-in-law Helen, and I always believe in sifting your flour dough to get out any lumps. You just do it like that right there, and every once in a while give it a tap. That's all there is to it. Now what we're going to do is put the grated stick of butter into the flour. Okay, now we're just going to give this a stir and mix this grated butter into the flour. Just going to use my hands to mix this completely up. And then we're going to put it in the freezer for 10 minutes because we want this extremely cold when we mix it with the buttermilk. We want all this to be cold. The lady on the video said that was important, so that's what we're going to do. It's been 10 minutes and now we're back. We got some extremely cold dough and butter. And what I'm gonna do is make a well right here in the middle. We're gonna pour in that cup of buttermilk. And then we're gonna use this wooden spoon and we're gonna stir it. Now the lady said to stir it 15 times. I'm gonna get it mixed in a little bit here. Then I'm gonna stir it 15 times. Okay, we give that about 15 stirs, and now we've turned it out onto a piece of floured parchment paper. We're just gonna put a little bit on top here, and then we're gonna put some on this here old-fashioned rolling pin. I've had this for a long, long time. So what we want to do is just roll it out into a rectangular piece as much as we can. About like that right there. And then we're going to fold it over. And we're going to do this a total of 5 times. So that was 2, 3. Now the reason you're doing this is you want to have layers in your biscuits. You're hoping that they'll turn out flaky with them pretty layers, golden brown. Everybody remembers their mama or their grandmama making these things, or their daddy. Okay, we got our biscuit cutter. We're going to dip it in flour. We're going to push it straight down. Never twist it. Push it straight down. Just keep right on cutting out those biscuits, pushing straight down, never twist it. Roll up your dough and cut out some more. And when you get down to the end, you'll have one little piece of dough left to pat out by hand. Keep in mind that I preheated that stone so those biscuits will cook evenly and quickly like they're supposed to. All right. It's going in a preheated 425 degree oven for 15 minutes. I'll see you in 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes and we're back. Look at those golden brown biscuits. Now we're calling these perfect buttermilk biscuits. I mean, they just come out of the oven. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to brush the top of them with some butter that's been melted. And this is where you just repeat the process over and over until you got every one of those biscuits wrapped up in butter. We're going to try and pop one open right now without burning my hands. Look at those layers, people. Now look, I don't mind telling you this is hot, so I'm going to set this thing down right back here on this plate. And we're fixing to show you how to get it done. Okay, this is the way I do it. Gonna get us a chunk of butter just like that. And these may not be grandma's homemade biscuit, but we're gonna use some grandma's molasses. This is the best molasses they make, people. You need to try it with your biscuit. You just get you some like that right there. Set it to the side. Get your pat of butter and put right in it. Move that biscuit to the side. And you're gonna cut it up in there. Now this piece of butter is freezing cold because I just took it out. But that's how you want it. You don't want this butter here to be melted. You want it just like this. Now my daughter loves this. She's down there in Florida right now. She's gonna be watching this video. Tracy, I wish you was here. You could have one of them biscuits if Coda didn't eat them all before you got to them. All right. So all you gotta do is smear some of that on there, dip it in there just like that, and get you a mouthful of it. That's good stuff, people. Look in there and see them layers. If you would rather, you can split that biscuit open and put this inside of it. I like it either way. The home of the Clean Plate Club. That has got to be the best biscuits I've ever made. I got to tell you the truth. Now I want you to look at this stone right here. We got this years ago from Pampered Chef. You don't have to oil it or anything. And what we did this time was preheated it before we put the biscuits on it in the beginning. And that makes all the difference because the bottoms of them are going to be just the same golden brown as the top, and they're crunchy. A little bit of, just a touch of crunchy on the bottom. It's good. I want you to know that I hope you subscribe to my channel. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you know every time that I make a new video. This is the Southern Sideboard Cooks, and I'll see you next time. So right here, I got this flour sifter I got from my